Hello. Alright, I'm going to give away a free reading to somebody. So whoever's here, if they would like to post a question to see what comes through from Spirit, go ahead and post your question, but please don't get your hopes up. Depending on the question, if it intrigues me enough, since I'm giving it away, don't be disappointed if I don't choose your question. But thanks for participating and being here anyway. So, if you guys want me to explain basically why I'm not giving away free readings, is because giving away free readings all the time has basically taken a really big toll on me. It's pretty much like sucked out the joy, basically, of my work. And initially I wanted it to feel more of like a more community of us basically come together. But me giving away free readings a lot, it just kind of made it seem like people wanted to just use me. But that's partly my fault because I'm the one who decided to give away free readings, so it's not anybody else's fault. So try not to take it out on anybody, but I do have to set boundaries. So that's that. It's not too complicated to understand. Anyway, so I'm here. I'm actually off. I can have my regular 9-to-5 job today. Got some PTO. So basically nothing to do. House is clean. Dog is fed. Got my physical exercise in. Just looking for some connection, I guess. It's something. Just, honestly, this life is pretty isolating. Echo lamp on.
Okay.
I'm super isolated. And for the most part, I'm mentally okay through this isolation. But it does get tough. especially if you're on YouTube and wanting to share and spread the news that God loves you because it feels good to do the work. But then after a while, when basically the work isn't really reciprocated or whatnot, of course at some point the joy is going to I don't want to say distinguish completely. So I don't have much money to go out and spend. So there's not much to do when you don't have much money to begin with. So that's life. Hence the title of this live. So just waiting for somebody to I don't know. I really don't know what to say. Plus it's raining outside and it's freezing cold, so I can't even take my tiny dog out for a proper walk because his little feet are gonna freeze from stepping in the wet ground and add a little bit of wind chill. It's perfect formula for frostbite. You know what I wish I was? I kind of wish I was a missionary for Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, so I can go to different countries. That would be great if I could immerse myself in different culture, learn a new language. But to go down that kind of path at this age, with basically none of my immediate family members or friends are part of the church, it's so hard to think that that might be a path for me, but it would have been nice. Think so? I think so too. This is one of the most interesting live streams I've done in so long. Wouldn't you agree to that? I'm being sarcastic. Totally being sarcastic. Pearl, I'm gonna go ahead and kind of give you, I want to open up to Spirit right now and open this space up. I want to read for you. So I'm just gonna see what comes through here from Spirit, regardless whether or not you have a question in your head. If you will allow me to read for you. Because usually once I open up to Spirit, then my energy starts to open back up a little bit and lighten up. I cannot give you all these treats, babe. You need to eat your food. Go. Are you interested, Pearl? You know why I want to is because I think it's gonna make me feel better. Even though it's almost like I'm affirming to myself that I'm never ever gonna get paid for any of the things that I do. But whatever. Freebies for everyone! Go eat in your kennel. You gonna brush your teeth? Come. We'll see how this goes. Have I ever read for you before, Pearl? And your name looks familiar to me. Okay. Okay. All right. So. Ooh. I'm gonna keep it exciting here for myself. Look at this deck. It's so cute. The cards are so smooth. Anyway, this is the Unknown Tarot. I've had it for so long. I just barely use it because I like to keep my nice cards unused. But we're gonna say, screw it. We're gonna use it today. everything I need. Alright, let's see what Spirit wants to say. Okay. So, first thing that's coming through here is a symbol of mine. I'm seeing clouds here. So whenever I see clouds, it is usually a sign that you might be giving out your energy away to something or someone that is undeserving. Okay, that's usually what that means when I see clouds coming through here in my mind. Okay. So, Ten of Swords is coming through as well. And I'm also going to be open-minded here a little bit as well, because sometimes when I'm not doing so well, Spirit will want to give me signs too. But this, because so this could deal with me too, but I'm not sure. I'm just going to keep talking. So usually, when the Ten of Swords comes in through a reading, it usually is an indication, and this carries the least amount of weight in my readings. Usually is an indication to me that you likely have reached a new low. You feel something may have happened where you feel like things can't get any worse. Maybe that the world is against you. Maybe you feel betrayed by somebody. Things like feeling like things can't get any worse. Stuff like this. Okay. But again, this carries the least amount of weight in my readings. So let me see where you are here in my chart by David Hawkins. Okay. So it looks like you are looking towards a particular situation and where you are carrying a very active energy that says, this is hopeless. I can't do this anymore. If I move forward and give any more energy to this, then I'm just gonna harm myself. So you've likely taken a very strong stance here and said, I can't do this. This is pointless. I'm wasting my energy here. Where's you guiding here, Spirit? So the guidance here before I close my eyes is that they've taken you from the level of, hold on, let me bring up my chart here for you. Gotta have my chart so I can explain to the people. Where's it at? All right, whatever. Oh, here it is. Okay. Wait, is this it? Yeah, it's it. So you're here at apathy, here at hopeless and helplessness, and they want to bring you here to the level of anger. Okay, so when that happens, when Spirit wants to bring you to the level of anger, they basically want you to notice a particular injustice in your life and really focus on making sure that you're focusing on all of the words and the actions that you need to take or embody or whatever, work towards to make this injustice nullified. Basically bring justice to your situation. And they want you to keep this energy very active as you go on. I'm going to close my eyes now. Okay. So what is coming through here is basically I feel like I'm out in the cold, and this is almost like a very self-pity kind of energy that's coming through. Self-pity of basically loss is what I'm feeling here, and I'm out in the cold, but I see like knuckles kind of being like this. This looks like almost like ready to fight, ready to, you know, ready to push back. And I have to let you know, this getting ready to push back, this knuckle symbol that I'm seeing, like this, is the first thing that's coming through. So I would put more importance on this, with the whole feeling cold, feeling lost, this self-pity, as more of the background energy that's going on. Let's see. You also have the Nine of Wands that's coming through here. When this comes through in a reading for me, it's also a symbol that somebody is tired, but still holding on. And here you're showing me that you have confidence in yourself, and that no matter what, you know how to make the best of situations, and you're still coming from a place of love and joy with regards to this, but you're passive here. So when people are in passive joy, it's also an indication to me that some people might be thinking positively or affirming things. Oh, I'm spiritually aligned. Oh, I'm in joy. You know, good vibes only kind of thing. But there are usually emotions that are still lurking underneath that clouds true joy. I'm gonna close my eyes. Okay, so this I'm not understanding. There's a desire. Okay, it's a symbol. Babysitting is the symbol. There's also a briefcase that I'm seeing here. I'm gonna ask the clarity for this, but this doesn't seem appropriate though. It doesn't feel good, knowing that I want because there's this open door that I saw earlier. There's a desire for an open door. So I'm gonna ask what this babysitting is, but let me ask what this briefcase is that they showed me. Okay. It has to do with feelings, lingering feelings, attachments to people. And what is this babysitting? This also has to do with a very, very strong desire for change, because what has transpired is too painful to deal with. And what is this open door that you showed me? Okay, so this has to do with the knowing and the belief that you will survive through this with the assistance of spirit. And it's almost like I see what's coming through. It looks like Jesus is here to assist. But this is just symbolic. It's whatever you believe is assisting you. But this open door is the way to freedom. Do you understand this? That's for you. Okay, so that was my free reading for today. What does this have to do? What did I read for you? What was this about? Is this about a person? Pearl, is this about a person? Can I tell you a little bit more? Maybe what your person is feeling? Is this to do with a person? Okay, let me see what your person is feeling. Might be helpful for you. I'll ask Spirit. I've decided to only give a free reading to Miss Pearl here. Okay, so anybody else has to donate. I just want to let people know the more time I spend with you, I can uncover these layers here so you can get the truth of things. So you can start focusing on what matters. So, again, notice the title due to $10 minimum donations. I've just chosen Pearl to give a free reading to, so I'm going to spend time with them for as long as I choose. So I want to see what if I pick up on your person, Pearl. I see the word attack. How do you donate? Well, good question. Let me put my donation links on there. It's in the description box. But let me post it. Onto the chat. Let me post it. Okay. Pearl. Ooh. So this Five of Swords card is never a good sign to come out if I'm reading for somebody. So in regards to your person, Spirit decided to give me this card and say, basically when this card comes out, it means that somebody has bad habits, bad patterns, unhealthy patterns, okay? Likely those that they indulge in because for them, they get a lot of pleasure out of it. But it's in no regards for people's health people's feelings, and likely whatever they're doing, their habits or whatever, it likely does not prolong life. So let me see where this is at. But this person is in grief, though. This person is actively grieving something at a loss. So when somebody is in grief, for me, it is usually an indication that they are taking the time to say goodbye to something that they lost, likely something that has been weighing them down, so that they can start making changes in their life. Where is this likely going? Spirit? Universe? Where's this likely going? Okay. So, this grief is going to take them towards a particular goal that carries a sense of lack. Now, I don't know what that is. I'm going to close my eyes to let you know what I can pick up around here. Oh, shoot. There's guilt here. There's true guilt. There's true, like, looking at yourself and truly feeling bad about the choices that they made. And, yeah, truly feeling guilt, being accountable, and like, it's a release towards something better, because they're in a space where they want to do better. They want to make a better choice. Mm-hmm. Hangman is also coming through, also going to be in alignment with what I'm seeing here. Is usually people are in an adjustment phase. So that's good. And one last here, just because Spirit wants you to know this about them, right? So this is definitely looking good for them. At least they're at a state of peace and enlightenment. So whatever space that they feel like they're in right now, they likely feel safe. They know they're supposed to be there. They're likely saying everything happens for a reason. They're taking this as a blessing in disguise. Maybe. Let me close my eyes. This person is kind of like they're kind of like planning to go in hiding a little bit. where they can't be seen, where they feel like they have to hide from the world. You know what I'm seeing? I'm seeing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but I'm seeing the portion where they had to live underground. But seeing that these Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I'm not seeing them as they're not bad. They're here to learn, because I'm also seeing, what's the Splinter? No, that's the that's the villain. What's the rat's name? I forget. But definitely there's a sense of wanting to go in hiding, but there's a learning aspect here. Oh yeah, I think it was Splinter. Yeah, the villain was Shredder. But yeah, Splinter here, because I'm seeing the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles underground talking to Splinter, which is their mentor, their spiritual mentor. Okay. And one last thing that Spirit wants you to know about this person. Okay. So on some level, they do know that they have to go on this new journey on their own, and they're pushing through, even though it's scary, but they know that they're basically going to a better place, and that they have to do it on their own. That's what I'm seeing here. Does this make sense? All right, that was my free reading for today.
Hello.
Hey, I'm on YouTube right
How's
now.
it going?
Anyways, thank you, Pearl. So yes, my message here to people is, it's not about getting information. It's about knowing that this is all spirit led, who is loving and guiding us and wants the best for us all the time in every decision that we make. And so let that be what guides you in your life, and what helps you make relationships last, basically. If you want a relationship to last, if you want it to be, actually, I can't say shit about that, because not every couple has God in their life, but yet they can still like be together for such a long time. Oh, Pearl, thank you so much for your feedback. It does light me up when I hear that, what I do. And it really, I'm not here to put myself on a pedestal. I'm literally here to demonstrate that everybody can do the same thing too. It just takes practice. And so, I appreciate you saying that. Oh gosh. See, this is why, I don't know. Once I stop reading, I start getting into my emotions here. I don't want to say I have dark emotions, but they're not they're not the lightest either. I'm very human. So that's one reason why I like to give readings, is because I get uplifted by spirit as I give people readings, as you can see. So once I open up and I create this space for everybody, it's almost like I get to take a Tylenol for a little bit, and kind of all my pain goes away for a little bit. You have a wonderful day. Just want to update you. So I was wrong. My husband didn't cheat. I was just insecure and stupid. Aw, I'm glad that your relationship has been saved. And honestly, if I was in a relationship and my person wasn't jealous or insecure about making sure that, if I wasn't giving them words of affirmation all the time and letting them, and giving them attention through whatever, touch, love, small acts of kindness, whatever, and if they weren't insecure and jealous, that's kind of a sign. Or maybe I'm wrong, I don't know, but I wouldn't mind a slightly jealous, slightly insecure partner, because that just means that they love you. You have a wonderful day too. So, but what you're explaining is so human, and so I'm not calling you stupid, not at all. Nobody else should call you stupid either. It's so normal. But I hope your partner has the courage to express their love more often and more clearly, so that you don't have to feel insecure. That's my answer. I'm gonna go use the bathroom. Excuse me. agree with that. Totally agree. But it's also not impossible. I think it's also important to understand why people do the things that they do. And I think it's really important for people to understand themselves and understanding why they do what they do, so that they can explain it to other people. Because if they don't have an explanation, then other people are just going to take what face value and interpret it in their own way, when things should not need to be interpreted. God! I'm sorry. I'm silly. I'm feeling silly today. I really wish it was not winter, or that I lived in some state or area of the world where it was always warm. Oh, you guys want to see something? Look, I'm gonna look. I'm in Virginia. Ugh. I'm gonna look so official with this fan. Hold on. Do I look like some... Oh, it's rainbow too. Pride. Do I look like some official sage? I'm so silly today. Oh God, I just made it colder in this room. Gosh! Anyways, how about I do this? I have like all these oracle cards that I never get to use. Why don't I just pull oracle cards for people, and then we're gonna read from the book. That'll be the activity that I'll be doing for people. Nobody wants me for me to read them. So I think this spirit animal one might be good to use. We can get some messages from that. Shaman's Dream, also good. And maybe... this one's really cute. I barely ever get to use this one. So how about I do those? But to be honest, you guys, for me, it's really hard to get clarity. I'm not gonna say all the time, but it's really hard to get clarity with just cards alone and like reading definitions from online and stuff. So, I really, and I'm gonna use the word hate the fact that a lot of like Christian religions shame psychics and mediums, because that's how you get clarity. There's nothing wrong with asking God a question and receiving an answer and wholeheartedly taking that as a sign. What is so wrong with that? I just wish they would just rewrite things in the Bible so that humans can live more in connection without feeling like they're doing something against God's will. Please. Yeah, I wish I made them myself. I'm not an artist, but they are beautiful. That's one thing that I wish I could do is wish I could be an artist and waste all my time painting and drawing and coloring, because to tell you honestly, actually I should do that. It's really therapeutic for my brain. I play the violin. I love to play the violin. I'm not amazing at it, but I like to play the violin. Okay, so we're gonna pick cards for people. Okay, so this is free. But if you guys at any time want me to do in-depth intuitive reads with my tarot cards, you gotta let me know and you gotta make a donation. Other than that, we're gonna be pulling oracle cards for people. So I'm not sitting in front of the camera doing absolutely nothing. Okay? So, Manisha, usually I would close my eyes and let you know what's coming through from spirit. But I'm only going to be doing that for people who leave me a tip or a donation. Other than that, I will use the cards. But I can't guarantee any clarification, okay? I'm going to be reading from the book. Okay, let's see, Manisha. These are really pretty cards, by the way. Aw, you're still... Thank you, I guess. Thank you, Pro. Okay. For Manisha, let's see what comes through. I'm going to use this Mystical Journey Oracle. Although this is totally what you're asking about, a teaching exam. I don't know if it's going to answer anything, but we'll see. That's why, if you want more of an in-depth reading, where I get to use my clairvoyance, however, it does require a little fee. So, let's see, Manisha. Cookie and Chloe, you said you got me on Friday when I get paid. Don't make promises you can't keep. I have no expectations, therefore I will not have any disappointments. Manisha. Okay, cool. So, the card that they're giving you today is, and I barely ever use these cards. Sanctuary is what's coming through. I don't know what this means. So we're gonna read from the book, and hopefully you like your answer. What's this? 26. Sanctuary. The image on the Sanctuary card embodies the season of autumn and of slowing down and turning inward. The autumn equinox, known as the Celtic festival of Mabon, is a time of introspection and reflection. Day and night are of equal length, and the part of the earth in which you live starts its journey away from the sun. From the autumn equinox until the winter solstice, the days become shorter and the nights longer. As the leaves start to turn honey and amber, the weather gets colder, and your thoughts turn to nourishing food and warm nights by the fire, where you can cocoon yourself in your sanctuary. Staying at home can be a great way to reconnect with and nurture yourself and give you some much needed downtime. This card can be a gentle reminder that the fear of missing out may have you running around doing too much. You don't need to say yes to everything, and you don't need to attend every event. You'll be able to achieve so much more if you allow yourself to have a break. Protect your energy by giving yourself permission to rest and let go of the need to be everything to everyone, of the need to be everywhere to be seen. If you had the benefit of hindsight, what would you tell your future self today about taking on too much? Action, a beautiful stroll in nature, can help you reset to breathe and just be. Know that you are always loved and protected, and that you can always trust yourself to defend your precious time and energy. Aww, that is so nice. I like that. Thanks, Cookie. Yeah, and I feel a little bit guilty that I really showed my human side, and I still do show my human side. I'm actually not afraid to show my human side and vulnerability. I'm not here to only portray the polished, but to also show the ins and outs and give you guys backstage passes, and you know what I mean, of what actually happens in the life of a human trying to do God's work. So, yeah, I'm the only person here to advocate for myself, and this is the one way I know how. Yes, that was fun. I really like these. Who's next? Cookie, you want a card? Okay, I'm gonna give you, I really like this. I really like this deck. So I just pulled from the Mystical Journey Oracle. Okay, I want to give you a opportunity to choose. I also have the Shaman's Dream. I'm just like I'm like geeking out on my own cards. I have the Animal Oracle, which I think is also good, and I also have the Mystical Shaman Oracle. I think these are my top 4 decks, Oracle cards. So you can choose which one you like, if you really do want me to pull a card. And this is just to fill time. But hopefully you guys are getting value anyway to getting these cards. And again, I'm a divination artist, so Spirit does use me as a conduit to lead me to a particular card. And again, if you guys at any time would like me to incorporate my own intuition and give a little sense and use my clairvoyance and my tarot to give you a little bit more clarity, and that will entail a small $10 fee. But as you will see, if you do give $10, you will have at least a half hour of my time, which I think is very generous. Last one, Mystical Shaman, good choice. Good choice. Let me make sure I have my guidebook. Pardon me. Okay. So, here we go. Beautiful cards that I barely ever use. Okay, here we go. So, hopefully you have a question. I'm not sure. Oh, you're a psychic medium? Oh, hell yeah. I don't actually consider myself a medium. I think you have to be, well, not necessarily. Some people are just wake up one day and they become psychic mediums. They didn't realize they could do that until later on in life. But most psychic mediums that I know of are born this way. I'm not a psychic medium. I am a developed intuitive. More so, actually, I'm a more somatic clairvoyant channel. So as you can see, I go into trance to receive information. But psychic mediums, amazing. But my point is, I go to, yeah, I can read for myself, but who doesn't want to get a reading from someone else? It's all in fun. Okay, here we go. This is for you. And again, I don't know how well your question is going to get answered. Obviously, I'm just reading from the book. So I'm using my tuning fork here. Hi, Kashish Naitani. Okay. So I'm doing process of elimination. With my cards here. Just give me a sec. Good things come to those who wait. Okay. All right, almost there, almost there. I know you all are ever so patient. All right, lastly. Okay, so they gave you the council. So I'm gonna read the card. It's meeting number 11. Okay, so Cookie. The council are the luminous beings who hold the collective wisdom of humanity. They are the ones before whom you will do your life review when you cross into the world of spirit. A life review is when we place our good and our bad deeds on a divine scale and attempt to explain why we did not love or forgive or dare as greatly as we might have. Know that their wisdom is available to you at all times when you live in a state of yes, in an unconditional relationship with life. They remind you of the place around a sacred fire which has been reserved for you since the beginning of time. You will claim it when you own your inner wisdom. The invitation is that the council has a message for you. Listen with your inner senses. The handwriting is also on the wall. So look about you and you will discern its meaning. Do not wait for further signs. Embark on the journey to love deeply, forgive sincerely, and dare greatly. Take the leap without requiring life to assure you of success. The medicine? That you are never alone. Turn to the council to find the guidance you seek and listen to the voice that arises spontaneously. Turn a deaf ear to that nagging voice from your ego that tells you that you are not up for the task before you. Create a spiritual feast for the council. Invite them to your altar every time you meditate or pray. Tell me why I basically live my life from this card. It's all about that life review. When I finally go into spirit, then I'm going to be like, did I do well? Para ti. Este para ti. Hello, like 11, I'm new here. Can you do my reading? I run a Feb. Okay, shifting now, new city, new house. So unfortunately, Radna, I'm not doing any readings unless somebody gives a $10 donation tip. And I will be very generous if you do. I'll give you at least half hour, and you can ask as many questions as you like within that 30-minute period. Besides that, before a tip is actually given to me, I am going to be picking oracle cards for free for people and basically reading from the book. So, again, if you want an intuitive read, just make a donation. Let me know that you have, and I will gladly give you all my time and energy and love. Okay. Oh, okay. Anyone else want a card? Oracle card. Oracle card. I'm so gay. I'm so gay. Reading from these books is like I'm channeling my inner like ASMR voice, and I can tell I'm channeling something higher. I can feel it when I read from this book. It's the words, it's the message that I'm reading from the book. It's like I'm reading passages from the Bible in a way. You know, these are holy words. They're symbols. So when we read them and when we study them, they become part of our space, especially when we read them out loud and we use our voice. We're initiating and we're declaring to the universe that this is what we want to focus on and want to bring into our space. And so it is. This is Bible study, only it's oracle study. Hi, Shirley. Yes, I will do an oracle card for you right here. Okay, no worries. So what would you like? Would you like me to pull from the Spirit, Oracle, the Mystical Journey, Shaman's Dream, or the Mystical Shaman, which I just read from? I'm so focused in what you're emanating that I don't remember to judge or put you some tags. Isn't this the new truth reality? I wish I understood what you said. I don't know what tags are. But if you're not judging, that's great. I'm not judging you either. I love this space where we don't judge and we just be what we are. Surprise you? Oh, the first one. Okay, hey Shirley, I'll do you next. I'm gonna pull a... but I wanna understand. So, right here has a question. And so, I think they can pull animal, right? Animal oracle. Okay, wonderful. You know, each one of these decks costs like $30. I think it's well worth the money because look at the art. Whoever put this together, I should say their names, give them credit. Colette Baron Reed. I mean, look at the art. Look at the time and the energy that went into these things. These artists need to get credit. I think it's so beautiful, things that they create. Look at that. Not healing just for your brain. Look at that. I mean, I wouldn't say it's a bargain. It's $30. But you get to keep it as long as you take care of your cards for the rest of your life. It's a companion that you get to have forever. Okay. So here we go. Rod Hair. Let's see what comes through here for you. Hopefully it's a nice message. Again, if you want me to go give you an intuitive message from Spirit, see what comes through from my mind, and use my tarot cards as well. Just hit me up with a donation of $10 minimum, and I'll give you 30 minutes of my time, gladly. Okay, here we go. Oh, you're an artist? Wow. So this is for red hair. Red, I don't even know how to say your name, so sorry. I'll just say Rad, okay? Okie dokie. Okay, so this is coming through from Spirit for you. It's the mouse spirit. And it says, tend to the small things. I'm going to read from the book. Number 40. The mouse spirit. Tend to small things. The humble mouse pays attention to the smallest details, and mouse spirit calls on you to notice the nuances and the fine print at this time. In your eagerness to meet your goals and pursue your dreams, it is easy to forget the importance of clear communication and tending to the little things, including people's subtle signs that they are unhappy, as well as the small voice inside of you that says, this doesn't feel right. Take your time to sniff out what you need to know. Is there some detail or nuance about how you engage others or operate in the world that is key to your success, but you've too readily dismissed as nothing big or nothing special? Mouse Spirit reminds you that what seems small may be more important and powerful than you think. So look again. Do not underestimate yourself or the potential for co-creating something amazing when you pay attention to the details. I'm going to read this with a little bit of speed. Are you too caught up in details, micromanaging others, and stressing out because you want everything to be perfect? Are you procrastinating because you want every detail to be just right and losing track of time and your priorities? Now Spirit wants you to listen to your intuition that tells you that the detail you fear you are overlooking will only appear when you stop obsessing. Now Spirit will lead you to the nuances you need to notice and will diligently work to support you if you take a breath and trust that guidance. Cute, right? It is cute. Very, very cute. You guys want to kiss it? I'm just kidding. That's for Rad. May you brighten so shiny that unfortunately is the butterfly mode. All can see how connected and pure you are. Oh gosh, that does hit me. Can I let you guys know that when I first started this stream, I was pretty low in energy. Pretty dark, I'm not gonna lie. Pretty unwilling to give. Until the moment I decided, you know what? Let me just give a free reading here. And when I open up to Spirit, when I create the space for Spirit to enter, everything basically changes. So what you see and what you all feel coming through me is not me. It is Spirit. I am only channeling them. And so, truth is, when I end this live, for a moment's time, I will be proud that I was a voice for spirit. But it doesn't last long, and I quickly go back to being completely human, trying to figure out how I'm gonna make more money, where I'm gonna choose to live for myself, who I choose to be around, how I'm gonna find my life partner, what do I need to clean around my house, what does my dog need. But every time I come in here and I intentionally want to create this space for people, I become a different person. So that's what you all see right now. And I'm happy to be here. And I really like these books. I don't get to read these messages too often, but I can see there's a lot of wisdom in here. Amen. I've been avoiding subtle signs from people. Okay, neglecting health priorities. This has resonated so much in acknowledgement. Well, I'm so glad that me picking oracle cards still brings value to people. And then also, if you guys want me to go in a little bit deeper and see signs from spirit, that is always there, but it's not always needed. So I'm so glad you guys are, and we get to study oracle, because they got words of wisdom in here. Who's next? I think it's Shirley, right? I cannot walk. Only daughter, mom, dad are above 76. Yeah, I take care of them. I'm a teacher and artist. I work from home. Bought a house without taking loan. Proud of myself. Today, going there on a train today. Wow, yes. That sounds difficult. There's some really amazing stories of humans, surviving this earth plane and doing what we can to not only survive, but continue to create beautiful things, because what I see in the human spirit is we all basically want the same things. We want love and to be seen and heard, and we want to belong somewhere and be proud of our accomplishments. And well, most of us, right? Not everybody. I can't say that for everybody. But if I can create this space occasionally for people to let them know that they're not alone and that God is always with them, to help them continue striving for their dreams, take care of themselves, and that we're all going to meet God in spirit one day, and we're going to be like, we're home! But we can create home right here, right now, to be honest. We don't have to wait until we pass into the spirit world. We can create unconditional love and fill our space with unconditional love right here, right now, if we choose. And this is what I choose. I'm gonna pick a card for Shirley. Shirley, did you see the choices that you have? Oh, you know what? I actually have this. I don't know if it's gonna be an enlightening deck, but I do have a deck that is tailored for career goals. And what I learned about Oracle is that these cards, all they do is they have they carry an energy signature. So whatever it is that you are, the energies in your life or whatever I'm focusing on, the symbol or the picture within these cards that align mostly with the energies that are going on is what Spirit is going to show me. So I have this career and life oracle deck. Just kind of I'm so sorry. I just find it funny that I spent money on that. least I get to laugh. You were homeless for 4 years? Wow. I was homeless too. I was living in my car for 2 months. I did that. You want to share your story? You saw amber? Do we know what amber signifies? Let's ask AI. Let's ask AI. Hey, what does amber mean symbolically or spiritually? Or metaphorically?
With a warm, inviting tone like a storyteller at a comforting fireside chat, amber symbolizes warmth, preservation, transformation, and protection. Spiritually, it is often seen as a source of healing energy, clarity, and connection to ancient wisdom. Metaphorically, amber represents the ability to hold onto memory and light across time. Symbolic meanings of amber: preservation and memory. Amber is fossilized tree resin, sometimes containing ancient insects or plants. This makes it a powerful symbol of holding on to the past and preserving life across time. Solar energy and light. Its golden glow is linked to the sun, vitality and warmth. It embodies illumination, life force, and timeless energy. Transformation. Amber's journey from sticky resin to gemstone mirrors personal growth, resilience, and transformation. Protection. Historically worn as amulets, amber was believed to shield against negative energies and misfortune. Spiritual meanings. Healing and balance. Amber is thought to foster emotional well-being, resilience, and inner peace. It has been used in spiritual traditions for pain relief and immune support.
You remember everything? What do you mean? Yeah, isn't it? I've never seen amber. I like it. It's very warm. I feel warm. Very warm in this moment. Like from when I was a baby. Oh, no way? You saw the amber? Oh, this amber thing? This box, this one? That's not it. Anyway, I'm kind of confused, but oh well. Do you want me to pull a card for you, Shirley? That's what I'm doing for people for free for now. I don't think anybody's gonna want to donate, and I know I shouldn't. I'm trying not to take it on anybody because I'm just trying to say that this is just YouTube's fault, right? It's just YouTube's fault. It's not my fault. Nobody wants to give, right? So we're just gonna keep it light and fun, and yeah, here we go again. See, I have this darker energy that comes through when I start thinking about money. So I'm trying not to let that come through. Okay, so which one? Spirit? Oh, let's do Mystical Journey. I want to do Mystical Journey. You want to coach me? I don't know if there's anything else to improve here. I don't know. I'm a one-man show. It's tough. It's really tough. I have other things I want to deal with. This, it just reminds me, just lets me feel good about some things that I do in my life. And then I get to talk and connect with people. Because this is a very isolating existence where I'm at right now. I'm isolated. You're a cheerleader? Give me a J! I'm just kidding. Are you serious? Are you really a cheerleader? For real? How old are you? Wait, are like professionally? Like, sorry, I was in just going elementary school. Okay. How old are you? Is that too much to ask? Sorry, I just keep thinking like, I just keep like picturing Bring It On and gotcha. Well, that must have been fun. That sounds really fun. I'm gonna pull this card for you. Hopefully it resonates. Just want to show you a little bit of this artist's work. It's freaking gorgeous, gorgeous. Oh, that looks like Beyonce. Oh, I like this one. I love the contrast of the colors. This is really inspiring me to create art. That looks cool too. Oh, I love this one. I love the colors. Oh, pretty. Can you imagine like looking back and be like, if you were the artist of these things and looking back at your work, you'd be like, damn, I'm talented as hell. This is so awesome. I wish I had talent to create stuff like this. All right, I'm sorry. But we gotta appreciate art sometimes. It's healing. If I had a partner, I would definitely want my partner to be artistic. Musically, you know, what's the word? For like, they painted and stuff, that'd be cool. Singing. What else? Spirituality. Would love to be with somebody into this stuff. Okay, this is for you. I definitely say this is much easier than doing intuitive reads all the time. Okay, drum roll, are you ready for your card? Resistance. This is the card that's coming through here for you from Spirit. Resistance. Okay, so I'm gonna read from the book. Oh yeah, this doesn't take as much energy for when I do intuitive work. And I get to expose myself to all these beautiful artwork. So it's a win-win. Woo! Okay. So, number 14. Ready? The image in the Resistance card depicts the goddess of inspiration and creativity. She wants you to break through your internal resistance and courageously follow your chosen path. Her breath fills you with inspiration to keep going on your journey, even though you may be constantly distracted from your mission. Focus and stay on your course, even when negative thoughts, demanding relationships, or small setbacks block your path. Just keep going. When this card appears, it means you have a problem with procrastination. I'm going to say that gently. It can also indicate self-sabotage and a fear of failure or success, and the inner struggle of not feeling good enough and push through the resistance you feel. Trying to make something perfect can take away from completing a project. Completed is better than perfect. You have a cosmic responsibility to fulfill your life purpose, and though it may not always be easy, it will bring rich learning experiences. Life is a protracted journey, a long song, and each major or minor note upon your path becomes part of a beautiful life symphony. You will be richly rewarded for your persistence. Feel the goddess of inspiration and creativity fill you with fresh motivation to complete your task and walk your path with confidence and joy. Action? Course of action? Working on something for at least 10 minutes a day can make a huge difference when it comes to completing a task. Set a timer and work without distraction for at least this amount of time. Little and often will start to add up, and your patience and persistence will pay off. That's for you. Is it fitting? Did it fit? Alright, I want to give you a little reading, and I want to read you intuitively if you don't mind as well. Just a little read here for you, Shirley. I want to see what's going on with you. Perfect, good to know. I want to see what's also coming through here. I'm going to open myself up to spirit as well. Thank you. You know, see, when you're kind to me, when you give me love, it returns. So I'm not at all surprised that right now I have the natural instinct to want to give you further depth and connect you with your heart, basically. That's basic. I think that's my work. I connect people with their heart and restore people's dignity. It's not much. It's not much, but just trying to have fun doing it. Okay, let's see what's coming through here for you, Shirley. Okay. So, the Page of Cups is coming through. So, when the Page of Cups usually comes through in a reading for me, it's usually an indication that you are likely focusing on something where you need to be friendly to people, you need to have an open heart with people, or it might be a call to mend things with someone, reaching out, maybe saying sorry, or just expressing love in some kind of way, but definitely reaching out, being friendly, being warm to somebody or people. I don't know. I have no idea what this is about, but let me take a look at your field. Okay. Okay. So when I looked at this table, okay, you started at the level of apathy, which is basically hopelessness, but you didn't stay there for very long, and you rose, your energy rose all the way up to the level of acceptance. So acceptance is a space where this is very active energy for you as well. So this is where you're at right now. So you're likely keeping your spirit alive through the thickness of whatever life it has to bring to you. You're basically trying to pick up the pieces and saying, okay, whatever, it didn't work out as we planned. Let's keep a smile on our face. Let's do what we can. Let's look at our commonalities rather than our differences, stuff like this. Where are you guiding here? So I'm going to close my eyes, but it looks like they're wanting to bring you down to the level of neutrality, where neutrality, okay, oh, it looks like it's the same thing. So it brought me down to neutrality, but it went right back up to acceptance. And this energy keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So this acceptance attitude approach of you trying to letting your spirit lead the way, looking at the positive things, not wanting to, what's it called? You're not looking things at like a death of a situation. You're trying to salvage things and be like, okay, whatever, let's still be happy. Let's close my eyes. Okay. What is this? There's somebody here that is basically apologizing, I think maybe to themselves. Okay, here's what it could be. Okay, usually this word sorry, apology, comes through when somebody recognizes either the way they're treating themselves and the choices that they've made, and they realize what they've been doing is not healthy for them, and they make that clear boundary, and they promise themselves not to do it again to themselves. Okay, so it could be that, or it could literally be an apology to somebody, and there's a sense of regret there, and I feel regretful and I feel remorseful. Okay, and then Spirit started to show me this word story here. So they want me to open this box here that says story. I'm going to see what the story is about. Okay. Okay. I think this has to do with somebody is is realizing the importance of self-control, which they did not always have. And they're learning from their mistakes, but they've realized that there's a newfound appreciation for the idea of self-control. But it's still in transition. It's still in that mode of like, wow, like, this is kind of hard. This is kind of difficult. It's not something that I'm used to. Oh, shoot. I have a doctor's appointment in about 15 minutes. I have to do my pre-examination thing or whatever. Oh my God. I have to cut this short. But are you resonating with this? Anyways. Hey, Chris. Aloha. Are you in Hawaii? You're in Australia. Don't confuse me. Anyway, I have a doctor's appointment. I totally forgot I had a doctor's appointment. Perfect. Thank you, Shirley, so much for your continued support. Sorry, I had to cut this short. I just got a notification. I totally forgot I had a doctor's appointment, virtual, in about 15 minutes. So I had to do my pre-answer questionnaire thingy. So I gotta give myself time. I'm gonna look out for your poem. I love poems. You know, I read poetry all the time. I love poetry. Okay, I gotta go, guys. Bye. Ciao. Arrivederci.